Very good everybody, and welcome to another video. I'm your personal funky sim pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko and I will be your captain for today's flight. Today's flight will take us on the VATSIM network from Cape Town to Johannesburg, South Africa. We're using real world time and real world weather, GSX, and we actually also have the Airsoft simple traffic tool, even though we're online with a bit of the moment decision. But that causes us to see these Emirates and these other South African Airways there as well. We'll fly the PMDG 737. It's going to be a 1 hour 50-minute flight or so. And hopefully all stations will remain online. You never know. The boarding has started, as you can see. Let's hop on into the flight deck and get things started up here, and then we contact ATC to get our clearance. We requested data from SimBrief, so we got that in. Departure weather 10017 knots, QNH 1011.
Hello.
So let's first start her up.
Passengers bus is coming.
Get the external power as well. Ground power requested. Turn on the logo lights, anti-collision lights, ground power is available. We'll turn that on. Let's try and set this up real quick. So our gate number was Bravo 25. Hopefully it's recognized. Never know. It's recognized. Good stuff. Route. We can request it from SimBrief. This will be our route. Set the payload, we set the fuel. Select the route.
Good evening. Hello. This way, please.
So we'll have a setting sun. Well, hopefully at least it's daylight by the time we depart. But then we'll definitely have a night flight and a night landing. Right, so the route is downloaded, so let's upload it now. And I will get the frequencies. So we got ATIS information 127.0.
Welcome on board. Hello.
So 127.0, so let's listen to the ATIS.
Use. Stars in use. Report bay number and aircraft registration on initial contact. Advise on initial contact. You have information. Bravo.
Hello. This way, please.
Cape Town International Airport 8 is information Bravo 1600 Zulu. Wind 180 at 17. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Few clouds at 3,500. Temperature 23. Dew point 18. QNH 1011. Zone VMC. Arriving and departing runway 19er. Expect ILS Zulu approach. SIDS not in use. Stars in use. Report bay number and aircraft registration on initial contact. Advise on initial contact. You have information. Bravo.
Alright, so we have information Bravo.
Cape Town International Airport 8 is information Bravo 1600 Zulu. Wind 180 at 17. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Few clouds at 3,500. Temperature 23. Dew point 18, QNH 1011, Zone VMC, arriving and departing runway 19er. Expect ILS Zulu approach. SIDS not in use. Stars in use. Report bay number and aircraft registration on initial
So
contact.
SIDS not in use, stars
Advise
in
on
use.
initial contact. You have information.
Report bay number and
Bravo.
aircraft registration on initial contact. 121.9er.
Cape Town International Airport 8 is information Bravo 1600 Zulu. Wind 180 at 17. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Few clouds at 3,500. Temperature 23. Dew point 18. QN.
Alright, so we're on the ground frequency now. So they got 8s and ground.
And the Virgin 1526, that should be ready. Alpha 4, waiting for push and start.
FM, thanks, Virgin 1526, push and start approved, facing north, QNH 1011.
Base North 1011, Virgin 1526.
So the boarding has completed. I started up the GSX before the stream. Alright. So the boarding's completed, the baggage handlers are finished as well. While we're setting up, let's also get the catering service. So we'll quickly go over the flight plan. So it looks like they're not using SID, Standard Instrument Departure. So we're probably going to get a direct 2. Cost index 8, cruising 370, wind 269er 027, fuel 799er 8, so that's 8, final reserves 3.1. So I don't know, maybe we go direct to NIBEX. It's an interesting route actually. So 19er. Alright, let's have a look at the fuel. Should have fuel, it's in, there we go. Right, so let's turn on the fasten seatbelt signs and the no smoking sign as well. Get the fuel pumps going. Start up the APU. Cruising was 370, I believe. 370. Oh, sorry for the camera there. 370, where are you? APU should be, it's almost up.
Virgin 1526, thanks, taxi holding point Alpha 2, runway 19 via Alpha, cross runway 16.
Alpha 219 via Alpha cross 16.
So turn on APU lead and the APU generators go on. So we're now on internal power. We can disconnect the ground power. Let's go ahead and do that. Ground power release. So we are at stand Bravo 25. we were expecting the TETAN 1 Alpha. Not sure what they have in common for us now. Cape Town ground, good evening. This is Springbok 812 parked at Bravo 25 with information Bravo on board, requesting IFR clearance to Johannesburg.
Springbok 852 or Tambo ground, hello, thanks. Clearance Cape Town, Johannesburg 370 on request. After departure, runway 19er, non-standard, maintain on air track. Climb initially flight level 090, squawk 4770.
Sorry, we did not copy the departures. There's no SID?
Negative. After departure, runway 19er, non-standard, maintain on air track.
So runway 19er, initial climb 09er, squawk 4770, Springbok 812.
Springbok 812, thanks, Rebecca, calling for pushing start.
So 4770, let's start squawking 4700. And transponder is on, so that's good.
Version 1526, no further ATC services, monitor advisory frequency 122.8 pi.
122.8, Virgin 1526, many thanks, goodbye.
Alright, so we should have the TETAN, but they're not using SIDs, and it was not really clear actually what he said there. At the same time, I do not want to keep bugging him. But on the other hand, you know, you should ask if you don't know. You know, don't want to be, you need a bigger nuisance. See, we got runway 19er, this one right here, so our taxi route will be Alpha 1. Alpha 1, cross 116, and Alpha 2. Cape Town ground, Springbok 812, just to confirm please the departure.
Springbok 812, the SIDs are not in use, so after departure, runway 19er, maintain runway track.
Remain on runway, what? Sorry, I couldn't hear, my apologies.
No worries, maintain runway track after departure, runway heading, maintain runway heading after departure.
Okay, copy that, we'll get vectors.
Sorry?
We will get vectors, we remain the runway track, and then we get vectors?
Unfortunately not, because no further ATC is online, but I can only give you a clearance.
Okay, no worries, thank you so much. Alright, so there is no SID really, well, that will be fine. It's interesting, he says, you're basically, let's have a look at the chart here. So basically he's saying runway 19er, and you just maintain on the runway track, so there's no SIDs. But you know, so when are we going to get to Johannesburg? At some point we're going to have to turn to the east, right? So what we'll do, we'll take off in heading mode. So we just set the runway heading. We'll just see what happens, and then we can always choose a direct waypoint to carry on with our planned route, basically. So runway 19er, elevation 147, so we can put in 150 for the pressurization. And then the runway track heading is 191. So let's
Captain Ground, very good evening.
start by putting that in.
209, request radio check.
Springbok 209 at Cape Town ground, readability 5.
Thank you very much. You as well, Springbok 209. We have stand Alpha 3, registration Zulu Sierra Sierra Delta Delta, with information Bravo requesting IFAR clearance to OR Tambo flight level 410.
Springbok 209, thanks clearance Cape Town OR Tambo flight level 410 on request. After departure, runway 19 non-standard, maintain on air track. Climb initially, flight level 090, squawk 4733.
To Cape Town OR Tambo flight level 410 on request after departure, runway 19, maintain runway track, initial ground flight level 090,
So departure arrival,
4733.
departure will be runway 19er. So we'll put that in.
Springbok 209,
We'll
thanks,
execute.
feedback is correct.
And we will not put in the SID.
Welcome Springbok 209 Heavy.
For the arrival, we'll just stick to the flight plan. I don't know if they're still online. We'll see by the time we get there. But for now, this is our plan. So we go below the fuel section, and then we'll have our flight plan. So that will be 03 right, the NIBEX 1 Bravo. So ILS Zulu 03 right, if they have it. ILS Zulu 03 right, and it was the NIBEX 1 Bravo. NIBEX 1 Bravo arrival. JSV1, is that in there? No. So we'll just execute like this, and that will be our flight plan. And in the left page, 0 fuel weight. So the planned fuel will be 8.0. The final reserves, were 3. Is not having it. Why is it not letting me enter it? That's new. Anyway, let's have a look. So we have 8.0 and 3.1 or 3.2. This is totally new. Never not worked. Why the hell can I not put it in? Can we put it in the reserve fuel? That works. I should give it one more try. Just press the 8. I don't know, maybe it's, I don't know, cost index. That was cost index 8, 370 and 269.027. Cost index 8, 370 and 267, I believe. 269.027. 69.027 will be our winds. Transition altitude. We'll check the departure chart. Transition altitude 7,500. That's correct. So cost index 8, 269 or 27, and cruising 370. So that's all in. So we can execute, and one limit, and then we're basically good to go. So check the performance tool. Our departure runway will be 19er, 105. Import weather, calculate. We get 46 degrees for a takeoff 1D rating. Should give us 88.6. And that never works out for some reason. 132, 133, 137. 132, 133, 137, and we got 105 on the runway. And that is in. So that's basically everything set up here. The gentleman said report when ready for push and start. So let's have a look. The doors are still open. The rest of the vehicles have all gone.
Ground Springbok 209 Heavy, Alpha 3, request push and start.
Springbok 209, thanks. Push and start approved facing north, QNH 1011.
Push and start approved facing north, QNH 1011, Springbok 209
So
Heavy.
remove chocks. This should get rid of everything as far as I know. So I believe the doors should also close. We'll see this momentarily. Let's get the GSX up and running.
To set parking brakes to request ground services.
Oops, let's set the parking brakes. So the door is still open, but they're probably managed by... Hi, can you show this airport? You want to... Hey Jules, how are you doing, man? Thank you for checking. Can you show this airport? Yeah, what would you like to see? It's we're at the Cape Town International Airport. So there, we're facing west now, so you can see the Cape Town City Bowl District, although you cannot really make out a lot, but there is Table Mountain, Lion's Head, and the 12 Apostles and what have you. And there is, we're surrounded by Kailicha, and there is on the way to Pringle Bay and everything. A really nice area, and eventually to Hermans. Hermans, it is absolutely beautiful for sure. And the scenery that we're using is a scenery downloaded from FlightSim.io. So if you're ever interested in getting it, it's a free scenery you can download on the FlightSim.io website. There might also be other ones. I just choose one and I'm happy with it. But yes, it's absolutely beautiful, and it's nice that it's still daylight now, although the sun is really trying to get away from us, and it's doing a very good job at that. It will be gone momentarily, but we'll be up in the sky as well. But, thanks for saying hi and for checking, man. Hope you're doing well. Are you from South Africa, perhaps, Jules? Perhaps you know the area. You might know it better than I do. Let's carry on with the procedure. So we have, let's have a look, we have APU running. So I think we should request push and start. Get on ground, Springbok 812 requesting push and start, please.
Springbok 812, check squawk 4770.
Squawk 4770, I thought we did. Well, we didn't. So squawking 4770 now, Springbok 812. Hey, you're from Israel. Cool, man. Shalom.
Springbok 812, thanks.
Nice to meet you. So did we get our clearance? Springbok 812 did not copy, sorry.
Springbok 812, hold position. We got an aircraft behind you. Company.
Holding position, Springbok 812.
Yeah, we're just waiting for GSX to detach up quick. We'll get out of the way now.
Alright, so we have to hold position here for a bit. So Israel, that's interesting. That's a corner of the world that I've never flown to, I think, in Flight Simulator. So that might be interesting as well, for sure. So stay tuned, and you know, maybe actually we'll fly to or from Israel. I'd be definitely interested in doing that. Right, so currently we're holding short for some traffic that's going behind us.
Ground Springbok 209 Heavy, ready for taxi.
Springbok 209, thanks. Taxi holding point Alpha 2 running 19 via Alpha cross running 16.
Holding point altitude runway 19 via Alpha, clear to cross runway 16, Springbok 209 Heavy.
Springbok 812, after the company Springbok 85900 passes from your left, push and start approved face north, QNH 1011.
We'll wait the company to pass us and then we'll start pushing back, facing north. Springbok 812. No, actually it looks like the aircraft might have already passed.
Cape Town ground, get ahead, Lima Zulu Oscar. Lima Zulu Oscar, Cape Town ground, hello, pass the message. Lima Zulu Oscar, Cessna 172, 2414, 2 hours of 0.8 blood up for the service. Sierra Lima Zulu Oscar, thanks. Startup is approved, QNH 1011, call holding short of Alpha Nota. Startup approved, QNH 1011, call holding short of Alpha Nota, Lima Zulu Oscar.
Alright, let's close it up and let's get going. So boarding completed and prepare for pushback and departure.
Lima 209, contact Cape Town Tower now, frequency 118.1.
Over to Tower 18-1, thank you very much for ATC, Springbok 209 Heavy.
Oh, they got tower now, 118.1.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
So let's pre-dial that, 118.1. And that will be the tower.
Departure checks completed. Bypass plan inserted.
So initial flight altitude, initial altitude 9,000 feet. Let's go heading select, runway heading. VNAV. This is all not working. Let's first turn on the flight directors. Virtual navigation, heading select. Alright.
Next up, Bravo, Lima Zulu Oscar. Lima Zulu Oscar, thanks. Question score 4771, can I give you Charlie or do you require echo? 4771, I'll take Charlie and Lima Zulu Oscar. Lima Zulu Oscar, thanks. One squawking taxi holding point to Charlie on a 19 via Charlie. Next point Charlie on the 19 via Charlie, Lima Zulu Oscar.
So nose to the left, tail to the right.
Release parking brakes, please.
Parking brake release.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Started well.
Right, so we should be able to start the engines now.
Lima Zulu Oscar, contact tower, frequency 118.1. See ya. 118.1, Lima Zulu Oscar, thanks, Charlie.
So engine number 2 starting up. Looking good on the N2. Rising to 10. And there goes the fuel. So that's Cape Town tonight. Right, so let's start up engine number 1. And we can set the flaps to 1 degree. And the auto brakes
Please set parking
to
brakes.
RTO. Now let's set the parking brakes.
Waiting your confirmation for good engine
And
start.
trim 5.5. Let's get the fuel in. Totally forgot that. So trimming 5.5. Somewhere around there should be fine. Okay, 8.6. Let's wait for a good engine start. Okay. Let's wait for the EGT to start going down. There it goes. Turn on the runway turn-off lights and the taxi lights. And switch over to internal power, the main generators. I can turn off the APU. So a quick look what to expect in terms of taxiing, although it's going to be very simple, but still nice if you can repeat what the gentleman is saying, because it goes so fast. Alpha 1, cross 116, Alpha 2. Captain ground, Springbok 812, requesting taxi.
Springbok 812, thanks taxi, holding point Alpha 2 runway 19 Alpha, cross runway 16.
Holding point Alpha 2, cross 116 via Alpha 1, Springbok 812. Let's confirm the good engine start, totally forgot.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
So fortunately it's not a very busy evening here, but you can see doing all these solo flights and then now doing a flight online again. There is immediately some element of time pressure a little bit. You do not want to stand here idle for too long, you know. So it's definitely bringing a different dynamic to the whole thing, you know, to the whole experience. Which is it's interesting. It's a funny kind of thing because you know we get nervous, but we just stay cool. So 137. Let's put that in the box for our V2 speed.
Left is clear, right is clear.
And we are cleared for taxiing. I think everything is fine. We'll probably just have to reconfirm our takeoff speeds in a little bit. Parking brakes released. What does it say? Set parking brakes immediately. Right, so we're on Alpha 1, we cross runway 16, and then there's Alpha 2 holding point. So can't really miss, we got some incoming traffic.
Cape Town ground, Speedbird 1126.
Speedbird 1126, Cape Town ground, hello, continuous taxi on to Bravo Sound Alpha 3.
Taxi on Bravo and Alpha 3, 1126.
So we are clear to cross runway 16, so we can just go ahead and do that. But then we hold at Alpha 2, and then we'll contact the tower.
Springbok 812, contact Cape Town Tower, frequency 118.1, bye.
118.1, thank you very much, bye bye, Springbok 812.
Bye.
To apologize. Cape Town Tower, Springbok 812, holding short runway 19 at Alpha 2.
Springbok 812, good evening, sir. Runway 19, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, Springbok 812. Let's get to line up and wait, so let's turn on the landing lights. And let's go TARA for the TCAS.
Right, on the runway 1, I'll in the Oscar.
Zulu Oscar, that is acknowledged. Your intentions, please?
But again, touch and go, in the Oscar.
Zulu Oscar, thank you very much. You can extend the right downwind, I will go by.
Thank you, right downwind, 1
Well, here we are, lining up.
Springbok 812, surface winds 190 at 15 knots, runway 19, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 19, Springbok 812, thank you. Alright. Alright, so we're cleared, so let's start the clock. Set takeoff thrust. Oh, first around 50. And let's go.
Mr. Dudovsky, touch and go is on the 16, Lima Zulu Oscar.
Lima Zulu Oscar, that is approved. You can do a one left orbit for me, I will call your exit.
One left orbit, you'll call the exit, Lima Zulu Oscar.
V1. Rotate. Positive rate of climb.
Alright, gear up. Let's turn on the autopilot. Let's see what's happening.
And Lima Zulu Oscar, you can exit the orbit and then enter base runway 16.
Should orbit enter the base runway 16, Lima Zulu Oscar.
Springbok 182, you can monitor advisory 122.8, safe travels, bye-bye.
I'm going to 122.8, so bye-bye, it's Springbok 812. Alright, that's it. So we monitor 122.8.
And Lima Zulu Oscar, you can turn final and report runway inside.
Right, so we're on the Unicom. So let's have a look. Legs page. So let's go direct to TETAN. So what we'll do is I just go LNAV. It's not doing it. It's not on an intercept heading. So let's vector ourselves first. We can turn off the runway turn-off lights and the taxi lights as well. So there's Cape Town. And Cape Town is truly a beautiful city. If you ever get a chance to visit it, please do it. You will not regret it. That flaps can come up now. Well, at the moment, Johannesburg is actually still online, so that would be very nice if they would remain online until we get there. But you never know. Okay, so what are we looking at? Do we get a zoom out here? So will this get us to TETAN? Let's try Airline. That's now taking over. Alright, so far so good. Friendly guys at the Cape Town airport. When I was asking to please confirm the departure, he just repeated again a little bit slower so that I could more easily understand. So that was very helpful. It's always nice. So there's Table Mountain. There's the CBD, the City Bowl District. Wherever you are in the City Bowl District, you look one direction and you'll see Table Mountain, and every place it looks like you're at the same place. It's quite interesting. And so another runway there. There's also like a military airbase, Eisenplaat, near the water. I think that's actually Cape Town International. Might be that one, if that's the runway. Anyway, let's stay focused. So we're still climbing. We're holding 9,000. And let's go to standard pressure. And let's just go up to cruising altitude now, 370. So let's try level change, see if that's going to get us where we want to be. Constellation of Orion. Let me show you one looking out of the window. The constellation of Orion is upside down here, obviously, since we're on the southern hemisphere. So you can see this Orion, this Orion's belt, and usually with us the top left one would be Betelgeuse, but it's now the lower right one. And then there will be the brightest star in the sky. It's just there touching the windowsill there. That will be Sirius. That's the brightest star next to our sun, obviously. And when you look at from the northern hemisphere, that's always to the lower left, and here it's to the upper right. So it's quite cool. And even actually, when you're in the airplane flying from the northern hemisphere to the southern, you will see the change happening gradually. So when you're halfway, Orion will be on its side, and I saw that a couple of times, and very impressive to see. Really, really interesting and cool. Alright, so what we're looking at 230 is now basically trying to do a level change. Let's see if we can go back to VNF now. It will keep the right speeds into account as well, so 279er, so I would expect the aircraft to start increasing its speed. We can lock the gear. So let's turn off the landing lights now, and let's release the passengers. Let's get some lights up here. A little bit. So top of climb coming up in about 77 miles or so. Let's have this one open on the progress page. So 73 nautical miles until the top of climb, and 542 miles until the top of descent at 1839 Zulu. That's in about 1 hour and 12 minutes. So the aircraft is performing fine so far. There was something weird shortly after takeoff when trying to engage the autopilot. It said something here that I wasn't used to, so I sort of panicked a little bit, but finally managed to get the aircraft to comply. Not really sure what it was trying to tell us. And this is annoying. We got this last time as well. The L-horn cutout. Hopefully I'm not crashing us or breaking things. Just experimenting a little bit. I'm not really sure how to use this. I can see that this needle is moving, but something is a little bit off. Put it back on auto. So if you aspire to fly online on the VATSIM network and you're a little bit scared, like I can be sometimes, then choose airports where it's not very busy, where there's like one controller or two controllers and just a handful of aircraft, rather than sometimes there might actually be big events. There was one instance where I was streaming on VATSIM, and there actually was an event going on, so it was super busy. I didn't know, it's not like I sit here and wait for events to happen and check the agenda and everything. No, I felt like let's just fly online. And I was thinking, oh, it's nice and busy, probably because it's a Saturday afternoon, everybody's not working. But apparently it was actually an event planned way in advance, so everybody was online at the same location. And then I made a stupid mistake by not asking, basically by not confirming some clearance that I was given. So just basically doing my own thing. And I got into trouble for that, and rightfully so. So it wasn't my intention, obviously, but it's better to just ask than to blunder blindly forward, as our hero Captain Jean-Luc Picard used to say. Looks like the daylight is really going quite quickly now. So in a little bit we'll have a look at the flight deck, on the flight deck. We'll have a look at what the situation is. We're probably not at our cruising altitude just yet. We're getting there. And then we'll prepare for the arrival, our descent, our arrival, and the final approach. And hopefully there will be ATC. We did file a flight plan, so one can sometimes hope if enough people file a flight plan, it's going to motivate the controllers to stay put, But they're just doing it just to pass some time, just like we are, So I'm sure they have other lives to go to as well. It's a nice combination, I must say, to use GSX, both GSX and VATSIM, and actually also to use the Airsoft simple traffic tool as well. Even though that might be a little bit confusing, flying online, because you don't know which is a real aircraft and which isn't. But yeah, it makes for a nice dynamic for sure. Alright, so what's happening here? 30,000 feet, so we're almost at our cruising Flight level 370. And so yeah, basically there's one little sort of a hiccup, not actually a hiccup, that's maybe too much, during shortly after takeoff with the autopilot, but that was actually everything. Besides that, the aircraft is performing flawlessly. And I think actually what happened after takeoff was flawless as well, just something that I didn't know. Because usually I take off with LNAV and VNAV engaged. This time we took off with heading select and VNAV engaged. And it was giving some weird warning here that all of a sudden I've never seen it. So I was like, what the hell is that? But at the same time you're climbing and you're taking off. You don't want to look stupid to the air traffic control. But just like one or two clicks and everything was working again, so there was nothing really going on. But it was nonetheless it was an interesting thing, so I'm going to look back to find out what the message actually meant, what it means, what triggers it. And I'm suspecting it's the fact that we took off with the heading select and not with the LNAV. But I do not know. Looks like the speed, the flaps did not fully retract. So that is actually stupid, so let's quickly do that now. But let's hope nobody saw that. Right, top of climb coming up. And let's see if the Johannesburg radar is still online. Air traffic control is still online. So hopefully they'll stay put. Now the Johannesburg airport is very high. So you can see the, oh, this is no longer working now because of the error. Okay. But the airport is like, I believe it's 5,000 feet or something. It's really, really high. So we got the NIBEX 1 Bravo arrival. And the runway that we had, I believe, was 03 left. Let's check the LSP. The routing, let's see, 03 right. That will be our arrival runway. 03 right. So let's get the chart for that. Charts approach. Runway 03 right. And what do they have? ILS Zulu. So we'll take that. It's actually so cool that you're flying in South Africa and there is the Zulu. Yeah, because the Zulus are from South Africa, so it's pretty cool. Right, see the arrival chart, the approach chart actually, final approach chart. We got localizer JNI 109.1, final approach course 13034. The glide slope starts at 6,700 feet. That's 1190 feet above the ground. At 3.7 nautical miles from JNI. So from the local, that's rather quick, rather short. You got the JSP VOR here, and the ILS DME JNI. And that's where the glide slope will start, 3.7. So we can put in some numbers. And if you see the airport elevation, the transition altitude 8,000, airport elevation is 5,558, so it's really high. So 109.1 and 034, let's put in those numbers. One 09.10. 034 will be the track heading 034. Check the decision altitude, 200 feet radio altitude, or let's see, category 1, category 2, that's us, so that would be 196 feet. 100 feet. Not sure if we can set 96. I believe actually in the Boeing we can. Radio 51. And that's 906, so that's one less. 96, look at that. We're almost at cruising altitude. Our approach speed will be 135. So 130 plus 5 for wind correction, 135 knots. So top of descent 450 miles, so that's still quite a ways out. We do not have to rush anything yet. Missed approach, you climb to 8,000 feet. So the moment that we get intercepted by the glide slope, we change the altitude to 8,000 feet. When you maintain the runway track, which is 034, when passing 7,000 feet, you turn right onto a 206 degree heading. So that will be this 206 degrees, passing DME 11.0 from the JSV VOR, turn right direct VOR. So I'm not sure if there's a holding pattern there, I do not see it. Usually you would actually see it on the chart. From inset, this depicting like some sort of holding pattern, but I do not see that. I do see a glass of cold iced tea, so cheers. And that feels very good. Right, so let's put in a couple of range rings here. So we got the glide slope starting effectively 3.7 miles. So our runway will be 03 right, reciprocal will be 214, and 3.7. So we enter the text for the runway 214 and 3.7, and we will also enter 214 15 miles. That should give us 2 rings around the ILS. And there you can see the rings already. We also have the extended runway center line, and I'm very happy to have been getting this into my system, my procedures basically to always do this. So you always have some clue where the runway is, you know. It greatly helps in planning and getting sort of a feel of where you are. That really helps a lot. So 15 miles and then 3 miles at the very last bit, 3.7. So just to get us into gear a little bit. So we can leave that. We can go back to map. We could maybe enter the VOR as well. So 115.2. 115.20, and we'll put this in the nav2 box. And that will be shown on the VOR2 once it is picking up. Now there were still some discontinuities. If we go back one page, there you go. Let's have a look at those. Where's the plan button thingy? Plan. So JS 012131415. So 012 131415, and then what does it want to do? Oh, we can just connect them perfectly. Then up next, so we just copy this. .15, and then we got CI03 right, FI03 right, and then the runway. Runway speed is 135, as you can see, so that's already in. And there's also the go around 034 track. Could actually just set this as well to 034. Usually it would be a little bit weird to do it already now. We still have like an hour to fly or so, or a little under an hour, you know, but well, here we go. So 7,000 feet, JSV 11, not really sure what that means. Have a look if we can figure out the 11 is. Okay, so DME, so 11 nautical miles from JSV, you turn right direct to the VOR. So climb to 8,000 on the runway track heading, and as soon as you pass 7,000, then you turn right to 206 degrees. That's that curve right there. And you check the DME once that reaches 11 from JSV, so that is on the VOR2. Let's show you on the map setting. So VOR2, this will be the NAV2 radio. This is the one we just set here earlier with the Johannesburg VOR. The DME will read 11, and then we'll take a right turn and fly straight towards that VOR. And then it doesn't say what to do, so we're just flying there and we'll just die like heroes at the Johannesburg VOR. Oh, here we go. What can you do? Getting really dark out there. Let's have another look at the constellations that are upside down. Well, they're not upside down, but they're upside down for us from the northern hemisphere, obviously. Well, there's the Moon and Pleiades, the Seven Sisters, or whatever they're called in English. And there's Orion. And now the lower right is actually Betelgeuse instead of the lower left. And then there are Ceres instead of to the lower left. Actually, Ceres is a different constellation, but you know, these two you can always find together. So that's always funny to see some of the constellations upside down. Alright, chilling at flight level 370, where it's standard barometric pressure, FMC speed, LNAV, VNAV path, so this is all good. The moment we need to start our descent, let's check what altitude. Actually, it doesn't really matter, does it? Let's have a look. Actil, Anurag, Apex. What's going to do is step descent. Basically, what we want to know is the interception altitude for the glide slope, and that will be 6,700 feet. Let's double check. So that's barometric pressure, 6,700. So radio altitude would be 1190, but it's on the barometric pressure measurement, it would be 6,700 feet, and that's what we'll be using. So we could pre-dial that 6,700. Again, it's fairly premature to do that now. Well, we still have like 40 minutes to go. But, you know, we're doing it anyway. Because society wants us to live. Okay? But we are not going to listen, are we? No. We're going to be pathetic. Okay, no, maybe not. Okay, so 6,700, let's put in there as well. So basically the whole thing should be pretty much set up. we will have to manage the speed. Let's change the lighting a little bit now. Just go romantic. There you go. Top of descent, 377 miles, 1839. That's in about 40 minutes or so. And it looks like we still have control at Johannesburg. Just checking off the screen. So that's pretty cool. Fuel 5.6, and do we have a fuel prediction on the progress page maybe? FAOR, fuel 3.7. Let's keep it on the destination tab here. Right, so 34 minutes into the flight. Everything appears to be in working order, except the cabin altitude. I must admit, cabin altitude is not one of my strongest points to wrap my head around. There's a couple of different parameters, and still not totally clear to me, like not in a way that I could actually explain it to somebody else, so that means that it's not really clear enough. But every now and then I get this in the PMDG. I always do the same flow, but sometimes I reach, for instance, cruising altitude, and it starts beeping, and it says there's some problem. And so basically, cabin altitude is like 22,000 feet, if I read this correctly, and differential pressure 3.1 or 3.1, but really I have no clue. But other than that, everything is perfectly fine. Now the only thing is it's turned itself off. Not sure if we can, if we go to where is it? Manual. I don't think it allows us any input anymore, anyway. So we will not be able to set the pressure. You know, it's just simulated pressure anyway, so in that sense it doesn't really matter a lot. As long as the barometric pressure for the altimeters is set correctly, that is absolutely vital. Even like sometimes like one digit of difference can already be like quite a distance in altitude. So that's very essential that you have the absolutely the correct barometric pressure there. We just keep on monitoring the weather. So this report was issued on the 5th of the month at 17:30 Zulu. So that's like 23 minutes ago. Wind 2004 knots, but that's not a lot. Visibility 10 kilometers. Few clouds at, I would think this is 800 feet then, so that would be very close to the ground. Temperature 18 degrees, QNH 1025. We could pre-dial 1025 now, just so that we have something close to what it will be, in case it will change. 1026 and 1025. That didn't turn. There you go. 1025 hectopascal. So that's nice and dark out there. Yeah, so it would appear that this is indeed 800 feet. So that is some clouds really low. So I'm almost thinking in terms of mist maybe, like fog. I believe I do. Well, I don't want to go through this. I needed what button? This. Let's have the tablet nice and dark, like our souls. So up next is Actil and 20 miles, and then comes Anrijk, that's a longer stretch, 230 miles. Sounds how it's going, man. restoration to a plane thing pretty today. So put the guitar away. So around here I should have the Southern Cross, but it's been a while since I've been there, and I never really found my way in the stars because usually I was actually in the city, so there was a lot of lights. But I have seen it, the Southern Cross. But there's so many stars here, man. Might have been up higher. Let's see. No, not finding it. Right, I'll be stepping off for a second to go and freshen up, and I'll be back within 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. In the meantime, let's just have this little peaceful window view. Right, so that was easy enough. So let's check on the flight deck what's going on. Probably not too much, we're still cruising. That's always good news. On our way to Anreg, 200 nautical miles. Top of descent, 265 miles, 1839, so it's in about 30 minutes from now. And looks like we still got air traffic control, so let's prepare a little bit as well. After touchdown we have runway 03 right. That is this one right here, 03 right. So we'll exit the runway probably Normal Sierra or hotel. We'll probably get sent somewhere. Apron Echo, Alpha Bravo, Apron Charlie, Apron Mike. So not really sure where they would like us. We are a domestic flight, so do they say anything about that? Maybe not on this one. We can also have a look at the airport chart, if you will, like here in Navigraph in the world map, that sometimes shows some different designations that you would not find on the other charts. So like here, domestic terminal, for instance, international terminal, central terminal building, domestic pier, domestic terminal. So they will probably send us to either, you know, like Alpha 10 to 13 or Charlie 10, Charlie 1 to Charlie 10, 12, that area, Apron C. So what we need to remember after touchdown, we will exit the runway to the left. I'm looking at the wrong runway, this one, but still we'll exit to the left. In our case, probably here. So either we go via hotel, which is all the way around, if we are a little bit early. Actually, probably as well. I don't expect us to take a sharp turn to the left, so probably just going to be a hotel. And cross the runway 03 left. Hotel, and then left on Alpha or left on Delta. And then probably a right on, where are we? Right on Charlie. Right, let's see, Bravo, Lima, something like that. We'll see when we get there. These names sometimes they're a bit of a brain twister for my brain. Top of descent coming up there into view. So we're now 50 minutes into the flight. Fuel's looking good. And the engines are looking good as well. We should have all the passengers inside actually, so let's go look them up. Hello, could you please let me in? Can you open the window or open the door? It's getting really cold here and I'm trying to light my cigarette, but it's a little bit windy. Could you please let me in? Please, sir. Sir. Please, I know you can hear me. I know you can hear me. I know you're ignoring me. But I am here. I'm another human being just like you. You are me. I am you. We are one. We're one kind. Please let me in, sir. Okay, that sounds really, really desperate. Let's see the weather update, 1730 Zulu. Hopefully there's a new weather update. 18 on Zulu, variable 1 knot. QNH 1025, that hasn't changed. 1025. So it's now 55 minutes since we departed. So these are not very long flights usually, connecting these two cities. the musical equivalent of a word association test. On the deck, still getting closer, under 100 miles. So what you do when you're during cruising, you play a little bit of guitar and play around with the contrast settings, the light settings, the illumination, and what have you. So I'm really liking that extended runways after line there. It's so super useful. If everything went wrong and all we could do was go right and left, and we would still see this, we could just get all the way down, just follow this straight to the airport. That's 20 minutes to the top of the descent. So I'm curious. Oh, it looks like Johannesburg is now offline. That's a shame. Would have been nice. There might still be other pilots there, so we will stay on the Unicom so that we can state our intentions and everything. I'm really liking this 737-700, man. Very, very nice aircraft. Okay, so the time is 1800 Zulu. Let's see if there is a weather update, perhaps. And there is none. Let's also have a look at our arrival chart. I don't think we really looked at that. So via NIBEX. NIBEX maximum speed 250 knots. There's a holding pattern here at NIBEX as well. Doesn't really say altitude. I see flight level 110 there on this leg. Flight level 110 or above at JS012. So after NIBEX comes JS012. I believe we had the NIBEX 1 Bravo, so we go JS013, 8000 at 014 and 8,000 at 015. So 8,000 might look high, but if you take into account the airport elevation is 5.5, it's actually like 2,500 feet above the ground. So that's, let's see, 11,000, flight level 110, NIBEX. So let's see what the FMC says on the plan page or the legs page. So NIBEX 204 and then JS 012, 110 or above. Do you think we could maybe, let's see, NIBEX. It seems like so much difference, like 10,000 feet in 21 miles. I'm not sure if we should intervene. I think, you know, should be able to do it. I would assume. So 6,700. That's the point of where the glide slope starts the intercepting. Here's our go around procedure. So initially, so basically we'll climb to 8,000 feet. Once we reach 7,000. Did I say that correctly? Let's see. So we follow the runway heading 034. We start climbing. Wanna read that again, and then look at it, what it says there. So you climb to 8,000 feet. Alright, so you climb to 8,000 feet basically, but when passing through 7,000, you turn right onto 206. When passing 7,000, you turn right heading 206. And then when you're at 11 nautical miles from JSV VOR, you turn towards it. There you go. Well, I'll be getting a little refill, so I'll be right back. What we're looking at now. So about 14 more minutes and we'll start our descent. So top of descent is now on about 80 miles, and that will be 11 minutes. The aircraft will basically do that all on its own. We already dialed in the lowest altitude that we want, so that's 6,700. So in case of a go around, we'll stay on 034 degrees. We could maybe go like heading select. Actually, if you perform the go around procedure, well, if the aircraft detects that you're performing a go around, it should probably just keep on going. And I think you can probably stay in LNAV, but I'm not really sure. Otherwise, we'll just switch to heading select and hit keep it at 034. We climb to 8,000 feet, so this value has already changed then because we are already on the glide slopes. Glide slope, change that to 8,000 feet. Keep this at 034. If we need to do a go around, we'll switch to heading select if necessary. And then once we pass 7,000 feet on our climb, we will turn right to 206 degrees. And what we'll also do in case of a go around, we will pitch up and hopefully we can follow the flight directives for that. We go one flap back, so we will leave flaps 40, so it's full flaps. Let me just double check actually on the init ref page. Yeah, flap 40. We also will go flap 30, so one flap back. As soon as we see that we have a positive rate of climb, we'll do the gear up. And then we'll check where it is that we're going. So heading select if needed 034, and then when passing 7,000 feet on our way to 8,000, we will change to 206 degrees, and it's a right turn, and we'll fly straight to the VOR. How are we going to fly to the VOR? I don't know. There is a VOR there, so that will pick up as soon as we are in range. But I must say I've never flown a VOR to VOR in an aircraft like this. That would probably be Vorlok, I would think. But you would have to tell the aircraft, I think, which radio to listen to, because it's actually tuned in to the ILS. So I'm not really sure how that works. Let's see if we got the buttons here. Yeah, so VR2 is inoperative. I'm not sure why that is. That might be a restriction from... Also, VR2 is operative. It's only ADF2 that's inoperative. Okay, so we can. I would guess. I don't know. There should be a better way. I'm now thinking. So we just turn off VOR1, but you know, you should basically be able to tell the aircraft you either listen to NAV1 or NAV2. You know. And this is. Oh, I think I may have pressed that button earlier. CWSA. I thought I saw something CWS when after takeoff. I mentioned after takeoff there was a. I didn't get CMD. I got something else. So maybe, but I did not click with my mouse. I think initially I clicked with the controller, so that would always be CMD8. So around 6.5, 7 more minutes until we start our descent. 4.2. And what is the time? Was 33, so let's see if we can get a new weather update. 1800 Zulu. And that is the latest one, 1800 Zulu. Could maybe also check on Navigraph weather. That is the same one. But there's no real latest available. IVAO, Pilot Edge, VATSIM. There is no latest available whatsoever. So we'll go with what we have. There's some other information that I see now on localizer. Maintain 180 knots until 10 nautical miles from JNI. JNI is the actual island. Okay, so we're established on the localizer and we keep speed 180 knots until 10 nautical miles. What will that look like here? So 11.0. We could maybe put in another ring at 10 nautical miles, just just to help us out. I like doing that. Let's go to the fixed page. 214 degrees. 10 miles. We don't want to make it too cluttered, obviously. That's going to defeat the purpose. So these are our range rings. So 15 was just, like a bogus, just to have some sort of sense of where we are. We could, for instance, maybe delete that. Let's do that for a bit. Let's delete that. So we have two range rings. One is where the glide slope will start, and the other range ring at 10 miles is speed 180, and we can then start going below speed 180 basically. And what does it look like? That is around JS015. Let's zoom in a little bit more. JS015 is right there. If you go to the next page, speed 210 and JS015 209. knots. So we could maybe change that to 180. Execute. And for instance 160. So 180 JS015 and CI03 right. 160. $20 miles until the top of descent. The VOR, JSV, just picked up now. 130 miles. Transition altitude was 7,500. 8,000 feet. Transition altitude. Looks like Johannesburg still offline. And hearing the engines go back, so this is our top of descent. On our way to TVAR, 22 miles, speed 248, and that's holding speed perfectly. We're a little bit above our profile. So there's Johannesburg, a huge city, really big. Speeding a little bit, not too crazy. So let's go to the arrival chart. NIBEX maximum speed 250. That's what you can see right there. JS 012. speed 210 knots. We got that as well. 013, 014. This continues. Chase 015. And by that time we might be on the localizer. So 180 knots until 10 DME. So JS015 is now centered. Let's zoom in. I want to see something. There's always a T-cell point. Not really sure that's there. Well, you keep on decelerating, but that is shortly before JS012 after NIBEX. Okay. I wonder if we do /10. Give me a 215. Oh, whatever. So up next is NIBEX, 14.5 nautical miles, speed 250. So what if we say go and fly speed 240? Puts us a little bit high. Drag required. Let's put in the speed brake. Still on Unicom. Let's retract the speed brake now. And let's start strapping in our passengers. Oh man, look at the lights there, looks nice. Alright, where are we? Seatbelt sign. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We have turned on the fasten seatbelt sign, so please return to your seats. As you may have noticed, we've started our descent to our destination, Johannesburg Airport. We will be arriving there in approximately 12 to 13 minutes. The temperature currently at Johannesburg is 19 degrees. It's a little bit chilly for Johannesburg, but nonetheless it's doable. And there's a bunch of clouds. On behalf of South African Airways and on behalf of the entire crew, thank you very much for flying. Right, so we got that out of the way. So we have a weather update. So we got 1024, 1603 knots. That is quite a change, I think. Let's set the altimeters. 1024. 1024. So 1603 knots. So what's that telling us? Would be somewhere from this side. So this would actually now turn into a tailwind landing. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. I mean, the wind simply changed. Does it work like that? JS012, 210 or below, high level 110 or above. We're on 9 knots, come out. Well, the wind is only 3 knots, so that's not a lot. So maybe we should just go ahead and land with a little bit of a tailwind. So 15,000 feet. It's basically around 10,000. So let's turn on the landing lights. And the auto brake go to 1 and see if we can definitely need some light for that. So on our way to 8,000 feet, will we make that? What do we say? 8,000 and not 8,000 or above. So /8,000. We might need some drag. So JS013. see what happens if we aim for exactly 8,000 feet there as well. Actually, we're really short out. Let's not do that. Let's do that for the next one. Let's arm the localizer. We turn on the runway turn-off lights and the taxi lights as well. Let's start the APU. So let's arm the speed brakes. So localizer is armed, but not intercepted yet. So we're now holding speed 210. We're still on our way to 8,000 feet. So any moment now, there you go, there's the VOR, FAOR lock. So basically we should reduce speed 180 now. Let's go speed intervent 180. Why are we not really descending to 8,000 feet, man? Vertical speed 2,200 feet per minute. Let's put in some speed brake. We're below the glide slope. That's a good place to be in as well. So we are now 16 miles out. So I'm basically expediting our descent to 8,000. So we can sort of stabilize. Yeah, so let's go to local barometric pressure now, 1024. There's the runway, 03 right. Let's arm the approach. So the glide slope still armed. Speed is really fast. And we're now 10 nautical miles. So flap 1, hopefully we can do that. Johannesburg traffic on final approach for ILS 03 right DME 7 miles. I'm going to put in some speed brakes because we're going way too fucking fast here. Let's drop the gear. Cabin crew, take your seats for landing. So we're about to be captured by the glide slope. That will happen rather late, as we saw earlier. Final approach speed 135, so let's just dial that in. And keep on adding the flaps.
Traffic. Traffic.
So full flaps. Johannesburg, traffic intercepted, glide slope, ILS 03 right. Right, let's turn off the autopilot. And let's set this birdie down. So we may have a little bit of tailwind. That's the keeper coming down. A little bit low now.
Glide slope.
That's my bad.
Approaching minimums.
Continue. Here comes our minimum.
Minimums.
Continue. I put edge to idle maybe a little bit early.
20. 10.
There's touchdown. Let's get our reversers out. Welcome to Johannesburg. Let's assist with a little toe braking, and maybe we can 45 knots so we can get a high speed intersection here. So let's get ourselves off of the runway as quickly as possible. Johannesburg ground, Springbok 8.2, runway vacated. Right, we can turn off the auto brake. And the landing lights as well. So I believe this is the I believe it was a hotel, a taxiway hotel. It was the big taxiway around the airport, basically. So let's have a look once we're sort of going in a straight line here. So this hotel, I think that's hotel, there we are. So we got a ways to go. We crossed runway 03 left as well. So yeah, speed management definitely was a little thing there. Otherwise, I believe our approach speed would have been way too high. I don't know if it maybe had something to do with the airport having such a significantly higher elevation, so the air is a lot less dense. I think that's actually a very. I can imagine that it might be a factor actually, but I don't know. So we managed, so that's also good. Let's keep on going straight. We will cross runway 03 left in a bit as well. So let's see via Hotel Alpha to Apron C. Johannesburg ground, Rainbow 812, about to cross runway 03 left for Apron Charlie. Does not appear to be any traffic here. That guy sounds a little bit low. I think it's the same tilt as we heard earlier. Saying something, but the volume was so low. Basically, for today's flight, we have custom scenery for both Cape Town International Airport as the over Tambo Johannesburg International Airport. So I think we should actually have turned left on Alpha, so let's turn left next to get ourselves onto Alpha. Holy shit. Are we going to survive this? Look at that. Oh. Come to think of it, I was doing a replay earlier, and to use the replay tool I had to put my simulator to no crashes. So it is actually still on no crashes. Something tells me our landing would not have been detected as a crash, but I don't like it. I have to change that after the flight immediately. Right, so steady as she goes. We're now on Alpha. So a little bit to go, and then there will be Apron Charlie, domestic pier, domestic terminal, will be Alpha. I will just turn left. Lima, Bravo, Lima, something like that. So this is us taxiing at Johannesburg International Airport. It's actually nice to be on a Unicom as well, I must say. Like there's, especially when it's dark, it has some sort of, I don't know, there's a special appeal to it. When you just hear voices and everybody's in their little cocoons. To me that has some sort of a romantic feel to it, if you will. Maybe not romantic, but you know what I mean. So coming up, next turn to the right. And we cross Bravo, get ourselves onto Lima, and then we'll have Charlie 1 and whatever that is. So there's this one right here. Probably would have done a better job to have turned right, as this here actually looks quite full. Although there might be one place that's a spot for us. Oh, that's my bad. I'm thinking that should do it. Alright, let's set the parking brake. Parking brake set. And let's turn off engine number 2. So that's 1 hour and 55 minutes, including taxi. APU generator goes on. And the APU bleed, if I can find it, APU bleed, turn that on as well. So we can release the passengers now. We run with turn off lights, taxi lights, they can be turned off as well, and let's request deboarding. Put on the bright lights. Have a look outside. Request ground power. Yeah, why not? Please. And the jetway is connected. Yeah, once again, welcome at the OR Tambo International Airport in Johannesburg. Hope you enjoyed the flight.
Passengers deboarding started.
I believe this door does not open, although we can walk right through it. And probably all the passengers need to like pop in. Welcome to Johannesburg, sir. Oh, that's the lady we sat in our lap. Hi, ma'am. Okay, it looks like he was in quite a hurry. Now it might be cool to do a go around or like a turnaround, I think I should say. So we get new fuel in, get a new flight plan, and do the whole thing again, and we fly back to Cape Town. I'm just not sure where the baggage handlers are. Oh, they're only at the back there. Wait, let's see. That looks so cool. So thanks to the Airsoft Simple Traffic tool, we have some relevant airlines next to us, like Etihad here, for instance. So it's now spawning the passengers in only once they start getting up. Not really sure what the deal is with that. So you can see the external camera actually does see all the passengers. So one day, the flight simulator, you will be able to exit the aircraft, you walk through the airport, go through customs, maybe buy some booze and chocolate for your family and friends. And then you're actually inside of the airport. Something like this, but then I guess prettier. This was not designed for that purpose, obviously. And you get outside, you take a taxi. And you're like in GTA 5 or whatever, you know. By that time, probably GTA 19 or something. Alright man, so that's it. The deboarding is in process. We're not going to wait for that. Unless we're going to do a turnaround. But we'll do that some other time. So, thank you very much for checking everybody. And I will see you all at the next video. Bye bye.